Hey, everybody, and welcome back to For the Booze.
For the Booze.
That's right.
We are back. We took a week off last week because it's our 10-year anniversary.
That it was. We've been married for 10 years.
10 years.
Together for 12.
Wedded bliss.
Married for 10.
We had planned to put out a reaction video, but we had some issues here at Booze Crew HQ. I don't know what you want to call it, but
hey, I like that, actually.
it's back up and going again. So we're getting the ball rolling. We're doing as somebody who deals with my own stuff, my own personal stuff. If you are somebody who is going to be sensitive to topics of, then this probably isn't the episode for you. And if you or anybody you know that needs help, they actually, I didn't know this until recently. They changed the number to the suicide prevention hotline.
Really?
Now all you have to do is call or text 988.
Wow, that's amazing.
988. So
super quick, super
yes,
ready and available there for you.
So if you or anyone you know needs a 988, that's here in America. I don't know about the rest of the world. I did look, but it was a little harder for me to find because I'm an American. But today we are going to be covering, it's the forest in Japan. It's hard to pronounce, and there's a lot of things in here that are hard to pronounce.
Interesting. I've heard of this before, but I know nothing about it.
I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best to pronounce everything as correct as I can. I have a very poor education from Florida, so.
Well, good luck.
This one's going to be written a little bit different. I put a bunch of information here in the beginning that I kind of knew, but I didn't know to like what extent when it comes to Japan. And I really did my best to not make this all over the place, but I don't know if I accomplished that.
I'm sure it'll be great.
There's just a lot of stuff in this one.
Right.
It's not like the longest topic we've ever covered. It's just, there's just so much to it, I guess.
Okay.
And it starts with these are, do you know anything about Japan?
Not really.
Japan has a horrifically high suicide rate.
Wow, really?
Yes. Self-inflicted death doesn't carry the same stigma in Japan as it does in other countries. The practice of seppuku, a samurai's honorable suicide, dates back to Japan's feudal era. And while the tradition is no longer the norm, vestiges of the seppuku culture can be seen today in the way suicide is viewed as a way of taking responsibility. Yoshinori Cho, author of Why Do People Commit Suicide, and then director of the psychiatry department at Taikyo University in Kawasaki, told the Japan Times in 2011. So there's a tie back to why they feel like it's so high.
Okay. Now, and I did know like the old school way that they would do it, which is the honorable way.
Yes.
I did know about that.
Well, here in America, in Western culture, I'll say, where religion kind of rules the land.
Yeah.
It's become part of the zeitgeist that if you commit, your body remains in purgatory and you can't go to heaven.
Yeah.
In Japanese culture, left over from the samurai era, it was the complete opposite. It was a way of unburdening the world of you as a burden, and it was considered an honorable act.
Wow.
It's intense.
That's a lot.
Now, the global financial crisis of 2008, which we all remember, and ensuing economic instability seemed to spur a 15% increase in suicides in Japan. The incidents peaked in March 2009, the end of Japan's fiscal year. You remember 2008?
I do.
Oh, man.
I do.
$4 for gas. That's all I remember. And I mean, it's like that now, but
it was so crazy because like where I was living at the time was where all the space shuttle stuff was, and so many people who worked there
Left. Yeah.
lived in and around that area, like, so many people, thousands and thousands of people, were employed there, and it turned into, like, a ghost town. Everybody up and left the area. It
Mm.
was so crazy. House sat abandoned for years. It
There,
was
there's still some abandoned down
insane.
there.
Yeah, it was
It's
so
still to this
crazy. It's the
day.
craziest thing I've
Well,
ever seen.
Are not, says economist Dean Baker, anywhere near done with this yet.
It's going to take a long, long time in some of these markets in, say, Florida, where you had really big bubbles. Those prices are not going to come back anytime soon.
So if there's somebody whose financial planning is based on their house price coming up in value soon, you're saying maybe they should come up with another plan.
Exactly. I mean, there's absolutely no reason to expect that prices are going to go back to the levels they were at 3 or 4 years ago.
unfortunately for me, I lived in the horse capital of the world.
Yeah.
So if you guys can figure that out, you let me know in the comments down below. But I'm from the horse capital of the world. Yeehaw. And
Yeehaw.
it hit us pretty bad
Yeah,
because
sure.
it's not so much now, but back then
Mhm.
it was a bit of a poorer area.
Right.
So, $4.10 for gas and hikes and grocery bills was really destroying people.
Hey, almost like it is now.
Exactly like it is now. Now, while the number of suicides in the country fell in 2021 by 0.4% compared to the previous year, rates for women rose and remained high for younger people. And in 2022, suicide rates increased by 2.7%, making it one of the leading causes of death for men
Got a
between the
beard.
44
I
and women
realize
between
he
the
just
ages
got
of
a
15 to
beard.
34,
Oh,
which is an
he
odd
got a beard.
statistic
Oh.
for America.
Also, he got a green hat. My friend, Stevie. My little Stevie. You got a green hat. What does that mean? Are you green for hat day? I didn't know that was a thing. Hold on. The boss woman is tapping me to shut the fuck up. Hold on. I only had to say one F-bomb per video. Hold on. The same thing for Disney. She's like a grandmother. Like the old typewriters. She had to type. She had to type for per word. She tell me, oh, what her message is. Hold on. You only missed 7 minutes. You didn't really miss much. See, I didn't miss much at all. Hello, everyone.
Americans,
Welcome to a
Wow.
spooky
because in
video.
America,
We're gonna watch
it's,
two
I mean,
monkeys
don't get me
fight.
wrong, there are women, of course, who do
Right.
this, but the majority of it is men.
I'd say over 50% for sure.
Within my age, around my age
Yeah.
is usually where it takes place. So to hear the statistic is very strange.
Wow. Oh my. Mm.
It's an issue when women are doing it. Not
Ooh.
not that I'm trying to be sexist about it, but
No, I get it.
it's
Because we're so used to what the percentages are here.
traditionally men try to head the majority of the burden.
Mhm.
And I don't mean that in a sexist way. I don't want anybody to come at me because I don't mean this in a sexist way. If you knew our family dynamic, you would understand I'm down with the modern day. But it seems men will try to shelter their family from all and internalize it.
Yeah.
And it ends up being bad in the long run.
Right.
In 2017, the Japanese government announced plans to reduce Japan's suicide rates by 30% over the next decade, reducing the number of suicides from 18.5 per 100,000 people in 2015 to 13 per 100,000 people in 2025. That is so high.
Wow.
That is such a high number.
Wow.
Because, I mean, to hear 100,000 people sounds like a lot, but it's not.
I mean, like a small but shocking statistic could be 1 or 2 in 100,000 people. But over
Yeah.
there, they have such a high population, 18.5
It's bad.
per
It's
100,000.
it's a problem.
Oh my. Mm.
Now, part of these measures included posting security cameras at the entrance of the Okagawara Aokigahara. I think that's how you pronounce it. Aokigahara and increasing patrols, which is the name of the forest.
Aokigahara Forest lies west of Tokyo. It is so thick and dense, it has become known as the Sea of Trees. It also has another, more sinister name, the Forest. Last year, 45 Japanese traveled here from all over the country to end their lives. Local police became so alarmed, they began patrols with the specific goal of preventing more suicides.
We asked people, "What are you doing here? Did you come on this trip alone?" When the answer is unclear, it means, in 100% of cases, that the person left their home and came here to commit suicide.
As we follow the patrol, local shop owners alert the police to someone who seems to be contemplating suicide. We film the conversation from a distance. The police offer the man reassurance and escort him back to the station.
Prevention counselors and police have also posted signs in
I
various
know this one.
paths throughout the forest that offer messages like, quote, think carefully about your children and your family. And another posted sign reads, quote, your life is a
Ghost
precious
Adventures
gift
and Ghost
from your
Hunters
parents.
make this
And it
film here.
is. That is absolutely the truth.
It is. Now we're going to get
And
into the
also for the
story,
Ghost
but I just thought I needed to
Adventures,
add that in
he
because
got
while I'm
crazy,
sure a lot
pretty
of
much
you are going to
fast.
be aware of how bad this rate is in Japan,
Mm.
not everybody's going to be.
I was not.
And that's why I
Wow.
wanted to add it in for context, because what
Mm.
makes this such a prolific area for this kind of thing? And I have some thoughts at the end,
Okay.
because I sat and looked at a lot of pictures and read a lot of articles, and I have some ideas to it.
Okay.
Honshu, historically called Kitsushima, or Dragonfly Island, is the largest and most populous island of Japan. It's located south of Hokkaido, across the Tsugaru Strait, north of Shikaku, across the Inland Sea, and northeast of Kyushu, across the Kanman Straits. Now, the island separates the Sea of Japan, which lies to its north and west, from the North Pacific Ocean to the south and east. It is the seventh largest island in the world and the second most populous after the Indonesian island of Java.
Wow.
Now, the name of the island, Honshu, directly translates to main province or original land in English. Humans first arrived in Honshu approximately 37,000 years ago, and some believe it was possibly even earlier.
What?
These
That is so long ago.
Eastern culture just feels like it goes back so far.
Wow.
And it's honestly so magical. I love the culture of like Japan and China and those more Eastern countries. It's like a beautiful heritage, and
Mhm.
they just have an appreciation for things that modern people just couldn't fathom. I don't know. I just really love it. It's very romanticized in my head. Now, the first humans to arrive in Honshu were Stone Age hunter-gatherers from Northeast Asia, likely following the migration of Ice Age megafauna. Surviving artifacts from this time period include finely crafted stone blades, similar to those found in Siberia. Honshu was the target of devastating air raids during the Pacific War of World War II. Now, the first air raid to strike Honshu and the other home islands was the Doolittle raid.
Colonel Doolittle, now a major general, assembles his 80
Wait.
volunteers before the
He
flight.
got better.
Not until
He
this
got
moment
better.
is their objective revealed. The heart of the island empire. A fitting touch. Japanese medals awarded United States officers for humanitarian aid to the Japanese people are returned attached to 500-pound bonds.
That's gonna be a rap assault.
Now, in heavy seas, some 800 miles off Japan, enemy patrol boats are sighted and sunk. Survivors are picked up and put aboard a cruiser. Fearing they have radioed Tokyo a warning, Doolittle decided to take off 10 hours ahead of schedule. Plans are changed on an hour's notice. Motors begin to warm up. Never before have big loaded bombers been launched in such numbers from a carrier at sea. For months they've trained secretly. Now for the test. Doolittle's plane is first down the runway. The commander leading the flight. the carrier plows through heavy seas, one bomber after another soars from the flight deck, pointed for Japan.
With the introduction of the Boeing B-29 Superfortress,
You know,
the
Stevie,
firebombing of Tokyo
you should learn how
culminated
to
in
use tape
Operation Meeting
effects.
House. It was the most destructive air raid in human history
That
and destroyed 16
videotapes,
square
like
miles
old
or
tapes, like in the movie theaters,
10,000
like
acres of
1980s
central
or something.
Tokyo, leaving an estimated 100,000 civilians
Don't
dead
be
and over
correcting me.
1
I
million
know I
homeless.
said I cannot say the
What?
damn
It
phrase
was
Oh
correctly. Fuck off.
my God.
like a small genocide. It was crazy. I
That
mean, we learned
that's
this
intense.
most of us learned this in school.
Well,
These bombings were crazy.
I couldn't even imagine. I could not imagine.
No, it's pretty scary, honestly.
Yeah,
I
it's terrifying.
I don't know how people went on with life after this, to be honest.
Mm.
Now, the war ended with the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki shortly before Japan's surrender and signing of the Japanese Instrument of Surrender on September 2nd, 1945, on board the USS Missouri in Tokyo Bay. The Aokigahara Forest of Honshu, Japan, also known interchangeably as the Sea of Trees and more insidiously, forest, is famous for its haunting history and reputation around the world, some based on fiction and others actually based on facts.
Wow. I mean, you always have to have the lore and the legend side of things too, but
This is an interesting story. This was such a multifaceted story. I had no idea it was going to be like this when I went into it.
Wow.
Normally, when we go into these stories, I have a general idea of what I'm getting into.
Right.
I mean, I've had a few here and there, but this one, I don't know. This one just felt different. It just hit different.
Mm.
Now, the forest is actually located near Mount Fuji, Japan's tallest peak, and has a nearly 8-mile trail that can be hiked, and it is hiked today.
Mm.
The so-called forest has even gained cinematic attention. The 2016 Netflix mystery film, The Forest, explores how a young American woman searching for her sister gets acquainted with the tormented spirits of Aokigahara Forest.
I want to watch
We
that.
never watched that.
I want to watch it.
We should. We can watch it.
Yeah.
We can watch it tonight if you want.
Hold on.
I know how much you love horror movies at night.
Yeah, so much.
Hold on. Could
She's
you
not
go
much of a
back
horror
to
movie
the
watcher.
name,
no.
the forest? Can you go back, please? God, yes. Don't move an inch. Oh, that. It is a real thing. Let me see here. What movie about this movie? A young woman, this is certain destitute to blah blah blah, wherever is desperate to search for her twin sister, being her to a ghost field, scratches and one weaknesses between the secondary forest. I know I did not speak no language, but it only got a couple of like key characters in here. Ah, here you go. I found the storyline. Is that Japan? And really pleased telling her her twin sister Jess Paris also is dead. Oh, oh. Drink together, see time. Oh, Jesus Christ. That is terrifying. Click. Stop playing.
American woman searching for her sister gets acquainted with the tormented spirits of Aokigahara Forest.
I want to watch
We
that.
never watched that.
I want to watch it.
We should. We can watch it.
Yeah.
We can watch it tonight if you want.
Jump scare.
I know how much you love horror movies at night.
Yeah, so much.
She's not much of a horror movie watcher.
No.
That's my area. Now, although the film
And
is
that's
fiction, the
me
story is derived
too.
from Japan's forest mythology. Many people have learned about the site from on-screen depictions and continue to travel to witness the legendary forest for themselves. Now, because the Hinaki cypress and hemlock trees serve as a type of natural canopy to the forest floor, a lot of sunlight is blocked out. It is even said that on rainy days, hikers do not feel a single drop of water through the dense tree coverage. While this canopy serves as a benefit for tourists who go to hike on the trail, it has added to the mystery of the ghostly stories and legends.
So it just keeps like a shadow casted over the
It's kind
entire forest.
I've looked at a lot of pictures of this place,
Wow.
and it's like a think of fairy tale and then think of the dark spooky forest that they tell you about in those stories, and it's
Oh,
that.
okay.
It's really pretty though.
I believe it.
It's
I
really
believe it.
beautiful.
I
Um,
mean, I like hiking.
but it is
I'd go hiking that.
there's I'm going
You're
to get
going
into
to die
why, but
by
there's
hacking if
reasons
you
it's
go
so
through the
dense
woods.
and there's reasons why it feels so creepy.
Okay.
It's not just because of what happens there. I mean, that doesn't help, but
Right.
there are reasons why this place feels creepy.
Okay.
Now, another interesting feature of the forest is that it's located at the base of Mount Fuji. The ancient forest is located where, in the year 864, a violent eruption of Mount Fuji occurred. The flowing lava that occurred created a very rocky environment for the forest to build itself on. Visitors will notice the firm terrain, which is covered in foliage. Now, the porous lava bedrock even contributes to the legends, since it absorbs sound and adds to the feel of isolation. So it like
Oh.
dampens the sound.
Yeah, everything's just
You
kind
know,
of condensed in there.
I don't know how I set the camera up a little different, but we have sound deadening in here.
Yeah.
It's like that.
All along the bottom of the wall, on the ceiling.
And it's
Yeah.
like that. It muffles everything.
Just kind of keeps everything super
So like when
contained.
we go out into the forest where we live, you can yell and it'll echo.
Oh, yeah.
Not here.
Wow.
It's like you're in a padded room.
Wow. That's crazy.
It's weird. Now, many visitors of the dark forest have chosen this place as the setting for their final moments, walking in with no intention of ever walking back out. So much so that this area has the second highest rate of in the world after the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco.
Wow. What?
Yeah, it's very prolific.
Wow.
Now, statistics on Aokigahara's side rates tend to vary drastically, mostly because the forest is so lush that some bodies can go undiscovered for years and some never to be found at all. Some estimates
Dude,
claim between 30 to 100 people a year take their lives there.
That's so many people.
Um,
Oh my. I mean,
that's
even just
estimates, though. That's not even to say 400.
even just one is tragic.
It is.
But like you're surpassing that by so much, and that might not beat all of it.
Just, man, wait till we get to the end.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I know.
There's just a lot of weirdness to this one.
Okay.
However, the other sources report that statistics for recent years are unavailable, in part because of the Japanese government has stopped releasing numbers to prevent future deaths by. So the government's like, we don't want to talk about it because we don't want to encourage anybody to come out here.
We don't want to press the issue further. We don't want to, put it out there if nobody knows about it,
Yeah.
or, give fire.
They don't want to make it feel like an appealing place to do this.
Yeah.
Now, annual searches for the deceased have been held in Aokigahara since 1970. Volunteers patrol the area and recover the remains of the deceased. Police and volunteers trek through the sea of trees to bring bodies out of the forest for a proper burial. Now, in the early 2000s, 70 to 100 people's remains were uncovered each year. More recently, the Japanese government has declined to publicize the numbers of bodies recovered from the searches, especially amid controversies, like the one that broke out in 2017 when YouTuber Logan Paul shared a controversial video of his experiences in
by
Aokigahara.
accident.
If you didn't like Logan Paul before, you're really not going to like him after this.
I did not like him before,
I-
but that is just me.
I've seen a ton of videos of people going here. Somehow the Logan Paul one slipped through the cracks for me, and it shouldn't have because of what we're about. Because it's not quite coming up just yet, but we're going to talk about his experience in the forest.
Okay.
and it's not good. Now, visitors to the forest have reported things like
Well, not by
compasses and
accident.
phones not working there, but there may be a less than paranormal explanation for this. The forest soil is actually rich in magnetic iron, which can disrupt cell phone services, GPS systems, and even compasses. So if you get lost, you may not be able to report your emergency. So this is what I'm saying. Like, people go
Yikes.
out there and think the ghosts take people, but it is literally that simple.
Right. Wow.
It's it's this weird one too, because a lot of the stuff I read is some people go out there and everything works fine.
Mhm.
Some people go out there and nothing works.
Wow. That's interesting. Sorry, guys, if you hear anything in the background,
It's fireworks.
it's fireworks. It's
It,
the
it,
second 4th of July here in
yeah,
Utah.
yeah, they have another celebration that happens here.
Yeah.
I thought there was somebody scraping around up in the top floor.
No, it's all fireworks outside.
My apologies. Now,
That would
people
be
visiting
creepy.
the forest have noticed what seems like random trees marked with colored tape. This is usually from people marking their path because of the issues with technology in the area,
That's smart.
making it easier for people searching for bodies or hikers to find their way back out. Yeah,
That's super smart.
it's Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah. The breadcrumbs, you know?
There's a lot of people online who have blogs and stuff. Yeah, I was back to blogs again. And they actually will tie a rope around their waist and have somebody else stay on the trail, and they walk out,
Okay.
and
I'm
so that way they can pull them, basically just follow your rope back
make
in.
sure you know where you're
It's
going back.
smart.
Yeah. Yeah, it is smart.
Now, there are various stories associated with when and how the Aokigahara forest became a popular side destination in Japan. One of the most popular and logical stories is related to a certain sect of Buddhist monks. This is very interesting. Now, Mount Fuji is considered a sacred mountain in Japan, and the forest cover surrounding it is naturally a sacred place. For years, some Buddhist monks came to the forest to practice an extreme form of meditation. Now, monks would retreat into the mountains to sacrifice themselves for the karmic suffering of their communities. Now, they would climb inside a stone tomb equipped with a bamboo air tube and sit in the lotus position. Sokushin Butsu. Man, I'm going to really be hard. These are hard. Sokushin Butsu. I think that's right. Mummies can be found in sacred temples in Japan's northeastern province in Tohoku. However, many were destroyed or lost to history, and temple abbots do not see the Sokushin Butsu as mummies in a traditional sense because they are not preserved through embalming. To date, 18 bodies of self mummified monks have been recovered from this forest and are being displayed in various parts of Japan.
Wow.
So when they find these bodies, they think it lends to people thinking maybe it's people committing, but it's not. I mean, I guess it kind of is, honestly.
I I agree. It kind of is, but also, you know, their religion and their ways of life differ from everybody else. So the way you look at it might not be the way they think about it.
I I read a couple different versions of how this works.
Mhm.
This one seemed the most plausible to me, where they go into a stone tomb equipped with a bamboo air tube,
Yeah.
and they basically sit there until they're dead.
Wow.
Another version of this is that they go out and they basically just sit on the forest floor and they don't eat or drink and they just meditate. But this is the part that threw me off was it says for 1,000 years.
I'm sorry, what?
That that's what it said.
Okay.
I don't know. So
I like this one better.
well this one
That's
feels
weird.
more logical and
Yeah, absolutely.
plausible.
Yeah.
But they do things that we don't understand. I mean, their culture is just so much older than ours.
It is. It's older and like it's theirs. And, like most people feel about religion or ways of life, like they do as well. And that's,
A religion.
they live it every day of their lives and do not step outside of that
I
ever.
don't mind religion. I actually kind of find it endearing when people find something to have faith in and
Right.
make themselves better. I think this transcends religion.
Oh,
It
absolutely.
goes beyond the just what we can conceive of everything. Honestly, I mean, they do things that are just seem superhuman.
It's, I don't know.
Buddhist
It's always,
monks are rad.
It's always interested me. They just do things that are just
It's
so
crazy.
beyond what I feel like
It's
By the way, you
insane.
other
can
people
be teach
would be
there.
capable of.
You can always travel there. You can just go there and ask them, like, could you please teach me? But if you say, are you sure are you ready for our training? And there's a dude from our place went there to be practiced by monk, and he trained and trained, and he felt his body hurt first, but he felt stronger and more faster of against by under them. Yes, there's some monks fight, some monks don't, but I think if you do study under people over there, you could learn how to control your life from here. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll live in.
Yeah. But this is pretty
I have a
much the
bad.
history. There wasn't a whole lot more to it, honestly. It was a really weird. I expected to find. I don't know what I expected to find, honestly, because this
Okay.
isn't an area that I'm unfamiliar with. This is
Mhm.
something I do know some stuff about. I just thought there would be. I just thought there would be more to it, but it
Yeah.
seems like it's just a sacred place, and it unfortunately got turned into a place where people go take their own lives.
Ugh,
And I mean,
this story is very depressing.
it is. It is.
Ugh.
There was part of me that was like, do I want to do this?
Yeah, I'm laughing, but it's because I'm very uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's not it's an uncomfortable topic,
It is, absolutely.
it
Like, it
is
does need to be talked about.
it does. Um,
Yes.
but anyways, I I sort of have some spooky stuff. We're just gonna have to get into it.
Okay.
I don't know how else to like segue into this. There is some spooky stuff here.
All right.
Aokigahara, known as Japan's Red Forest, is a place where darkness and death are the norm, seeking those who are lost and desperate. And for centuries, the forest has been an intriguing place for many, and considered a place of supernatural happenings where spirits and demons go hand in hand. It is believed to be a place of no return for the lost, as they are consumed by the darkness and confined in a world of shadows and despair.
Mm.
Aokigahara has been associated with death for centuries. The forest was popular for the Ubasu ritual in the 19th century. Literally, this ritual means leaving. When food was scarce, sons carried their elderly parents to the forest on their backs. They would leave them behind without any food or water. This barbaric form of euthanasia is put off by Japan as folklore, but many believe there's truth in these horrible stories. This practice is believed to explain the amount of Yuri in the forest.
What is Yuri?
I'm going to explain that.
Okay.
Now, Japan has for a long time denied this claim,
I mean,
but it sounds like something that would happen.
right. I mean, as the younger generation, you don't want to see the older generation suffer.
Well, I read
And like,
I read some explanations into this, and one of them was that when times got hard
mhm.
and the family had no food or money and they couldn't feed every mouth, it was like the child's duty to take the parents out into the woods and leave them there.
Oh God.
So, I mean, it
Mm.
sounds like something that could have happened, but to be fair, Japan completely denies this.
Okay.
Now, there are many types of Yuri. In most cases, how they appear depends on the circumstances of their death. They retain the features and the clothing they wore when they died or were buried. Occasionally, they have bloody wounds indicative of the way they died. Their hair is usually long and disheveled, often obstructing their face and adding to their disturbing appearance. And the only thing I could think of when I read this was the ring.
Yeah. That's exactly what popped in my head
It's the
too.
only thing I could think of.
Yep.
Their hands are said to hang limply from their wrists. Yuri are translucent and only faintly visible. In most cases, they are so faint that they appear to have no feet. Now, Yuri are believed to be capable of invoking powerful curses. They do not roam about, but haunt one particular place or person. In the case of a place, is often where they died or are buried. In the case of a person, it's often their killer or sometimes their loved ones. They remain stuck in this world until they can be put to rest. Now, this might require bringing their killers to justice or finding their lost body, or something as simple as passing on a message to a loved one.
Okay. So if you think about it and you think about spirits, whether in Japan or anywhere else in the world, and they're left behind, they're stuck behind. What does anyone and everyone who loves the paranormal, they know that those are the things on why spirits are generally
Yeah.
stuck.
Well, and just to give you a one-for-one comparison, a Yuri is just a ghost in Japan.
Okay.
It's
Well,
what
that
we
makes sense.
consider a ghost.
Yeah. As you were reading, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a ghost.
Yeah.
They just
Wow.
call him Yuri because they speak a different language.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some Yuri are reluctant to accept their own deaths and haunt their living family, bringing misfortune and unhappiness for the rest of their family members' lives. Each haunting is as unique as the person it originated from. Only when its purpose for existing is fulfilled or it is exercised by a priest can a Yuri finally rest. Now, many people believe the large number of suicides in Aokigahara can be blamed on the novel Kuroi Jakai, The Black Sea of Trees by Saiko Matsumoto. In this novel, two lovers commit suicide in this forest.
Wow. Oh.
And this isn't a new book. It's an old book.
So this has been around in their culture for a
No,
long
no, no,
time
no.
about this forest.
Now, I don't mean that old. Like 70s.
That's still a long time.
I mean, it is, but
Like
we
when you
think about
say
Japanese
70s
culture.
in my head, I think, oh, that was only like 30 years ago. But
No, it's been longer than
it
that
was a lot longer than that.
because I'm in my 40s and I was born in the 80s. So
yeah.
But even before this novel was published, Aokigahara was a popular place. Another Japanese bestseller, The Complete Suicide Manual, refers to Aokigahara as, quote, the best place to die.
Oh,
I
that shouldn't be a thing.
no,
But okay.
no, it should not be a thing. It's
Oh.
like advertisement.
Yeah,
It's
no, thank you. Take that back.
that's very disturbing.
Ugh.
Now, I read conflicting info about camping in the forest. One article I read states you can camp in the forest, but you'll be looked at as if you're contemplating. Another article I read says camping in the forest is actually against the law, and people who bring a tent are usually people who are having thoughts about killing themselves. I don't know which one is true. But they'll actually like come out and intervention you on the spot
Just because you want to go camping?
in this forest. Yes.
Wow.
Yes, because I mean, pretty much everybody who enters the forest, I'd say 50%
Is
are
there
are said.
to do?
Yeah.
Mm.
Now, the police and volunteers always try to talk people out of their desperate actions. A nearby coffee shop does the same thing. Remember that coffee shop because I read some reviews later and that actually comes back.
Oh.
Now, the owner has seen many types of people entering the forest and senses what people are up to. He takes them into his shop and talks to them, sometimes with success, but of course, sometimes not.
Mm. That's so sad.
Now, not all visitors to Japan forest are planning their own death. Many are simply tourists, but even tourists may not be able to escape the forest reputation. Those who stray from the trail sometimes encounter disquieting reminders of past tragedies. Scattered personal belongings, moss covered shoes, photographs, briefcases, notes, and ripped clothing have all been discovered strewn across the forest floor. Sometimes visitors find worse.
That is so sad.
And this is, I guess, trigger warning. I hate saying that because I'm older, but skip ahead a little bit if you don't want to hear about bodies.
Yeah.
Now, in December 2017, that's what happened to Logan Paul. When he visited the forest to film, Paul knew the forest's reputation, and he meant to showcase the woods in all their eerie, silent glory. But he didn't bargain on finding a dead body. He kept the camera rolling, even as he and his companions phoned the police.
A lot of people are going through a lot of shit in their lives, and we just want you guys to know that if you're going through anything, like, we're here for you. I don't feel very good. Yeah, I don't feel good. Well, you never stand next to? No. I just can't believe. God damn it. Crazy,
Like
bro.
we joke about seeing things in here and like
It was gonna be a joke.
Yeah.
This was all gonna be a joke. Why did it become so real?
Now, he published the film showing graphic, up close footage of the victim's face and body. The decision would have been controversial under any circumstances, but his on-camera laughter was what shocked viewers the most. And the backlash was fierce in
Popular
media.
stars on YouTube. Outrage is growing overnight about a video Logan Paul posted overnight. It apparently shows someone who took their own life, and ABC's Adrian Banker is here with the story. Good morning, Adrian.
Good morning to you too, George. You may not know that your kids are watching this guy, but with a huge impressionable audience. This year, he was ranked by Forbes magazine as one of the top entertainment influencers in the world. Major companies pay him considerable amounts of money to post eye-catching videos, but even he says his latest content was his biggest mistake. He has 15 million followers on YouTube.
I'm glad you guys get to live with me.
Where he posts a daily show targeting an audience made of teenagers and children. His influence over that group noted by companies like Pepsi and HBO, who gave him endorsement deals.
Come meet Amy and I tomorrow for the Pepsi halftime super vine.
But this morning, Logan Paul is in some hot water after he posted a video allegedly showing the body of a person who recently committed suicide. The video viewed over 6 million times in just 24 hours. It was part of a series Paul was posting from Japan. He visited an area on the slopes of Mount Fuji known as the forest, then posted the video with the title, "We found a in the Japanese forest." During the video, Paul said, "I think this definitely marks a moment in YouTube history because I'm pretty sure this has never happened to anyone on YouTube ever." The outrage was swift. Breaking Bad star Aaron Paul calling Logan pure trash. Game of Thrones star Sophie Turner calling him an idiot. Paul has now taken down the video and apologized, writing in a statement, "I didn't do it for views. I get views. I did it because I thought I could make a positive ripple on the internet, not cause a monsoon of negativity. I intended to raise awareness for and prevention." So this whole debacle is the top
Paul
trend.
took the video down, but not without protest. He both apologized and defended himself, saying he, quote, intended to raise awareness for suicide and prevention. The men laughing in the forced YouTube video certainly doesn't appear to have that intention, but Paul means to make amends. He has pointed out the irony of his own fate. Even as he's chastised for what he did, some rage-filled commenters have told him.
Okay. No one should ever say that to anyone.
No, but
for any
nobody should ever
reason.
do what he did.
But
You filmed it. You up close the whole person and laughed about it.
I don't have any words right now. Like I was giggling earlier just because I'm uncomfortable. But if you're in that situation and you find something, you're not going to be laughing. I'm sorry, you're just not. You're not.
No. I mean, you shouldn't be.
Never.
But clearly,
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
the Paul brothers,
Well, out
however
there.
how you feel about them, they're really cut off from reality.
Absolutely.
They're just too rich.
That's a great
and,
way of putting it.
they're just too rich. And I'm sure deep down he didn't mean anything by it. I'm not being like hate him or anything, but it was unfortunate
But you live in
what
this
he did.
You live in this world and you know that is not a reaction anyone is going
I don't even
to
understand why he filmed it.
not look at the way that
Why
they
would he
did.
film that person? That's what I don't understand. Like
Awareness or not, that's not okay.
Let's take out the laughing on the video. And why is there even a video of that? Like you should have never posted that. That's what
No.
bothers me.
No, you are absolutely correct. Okay,
It's crazy.
moving on. I have no words.
Now, during a Vice documentary that takes a tour of the forest, an extremely creepy item believed to be a curse is found. Now, there's a Jack Skellington-like doll with his face cut off, nailed upside down to a tree as a sort of inverted crucifixion. According to the documentary's guide, Azusa Hayano, quote, they nailed this character upside down as a symbol of contempt for society. No, it's more like a curse. The curse is nailed in, unquote. Apparently, it's not that uncommon for visitors to leave a curse on the world they're leaving behind. Now, people often report hearing blood-curdling, unnatural screams while wandering the forest, said to be made by the Yuri. A writer for the Japan Times told of an incident where he heard a terrifying scream in the forest.
Let's hear it.
When he... I don't have it. Now, when he went searching for the source of the noise, he came across the dead body of a man at the base of a tree. A quick examination revealed that the corpse had been dead for some time and could not have been the source of the scream. The man believed it was his spirit screaming out.
Mm. It would be so scary.
Oh, yeah.
Just like in a forest and you hear a blood-curdling scream.
And then
like,
find
what?
a body that's been dead for a long time.
Nope.
Now, another hallmark of the forest is that there have allegedly been literal ghost sightings, with visitors sometimes claiming to see white figures drifting between the trees. When the sci-fi paranormal investigation show Destination Truth investigated the forest, they may have caught one of these apparitions on camera.
Wow.
Yeah.
Some good evidence. All right.
Maybe. Given its proximity to Mount Fuji, Aokigahara is considered by most Japanese religions to be a very spiritual place, but that's not necessarily a good thing. Buddhist monks have set up altars in the forest to try and combat what they say are the evil spirits haunting the forest and drawing people there to die by. One Buddhist monk named Kiyomyo Fukui, why
That's not
not?
bad.
Why not?
Good job.
Was visiting the forest to set up an altar when he told the New Zealand Herald, quote, "The spirits are calling people here to kill themselves. The spirits of the people who have committed before," unquote.
What do they mean before? Oh, like the people who have committed.
Before.
The forest is calling their spirits to come be
The spirits of the people who have already committed are calling people to the forest to join
Oh,
them.
okay. I don't know why that was so hard for me, but
It's
it
blonde.
was.
It's blonde.
I am.
Now, but what do everyday visitors believe is happening here? Well, let's find out, because people visit. People
Yeah.
go here all the time.
I absolutely would 100% visit this place. It
Peop-
sounds amazing.
It's beautiful. It is.
Yeah.
It is a very unique looking place, and it's very pretty. On TripAdvisor.com in May 2016, someone called Schrodinger's Ape wrote, quote, "Okay, so intellectually, I knew that there was the possibility of seeing someone hanging from a tree. After all, isn't that half the reason to visit a place so aptly named? But I didn't really expect to see it. So, when I saw some blue tape going off the side trail, which was already beyond the do not enter sign, I thought it was just another place to hike. Then I saw a black shape and was like, oh my God. I got close enough to confirm that yes, indeed, that's a person, or else someone's sick idea of a joke. I didn't get close enough to check. I hightailed it out of there, made way for the store at Wind Cave entrance, and tried to communicate what I had found. They didn't speak English, and apparently Google Translate doesn't translate, quote, I found a body in the forest, comprehensively. So I resorted to the universal gesture for a person hanging by a rope. Boy, that got their attention. Eventually, they found a park ranger who spoke some English and asked me to describe the location. But given my difficulty in describing where it was, I offered to take him to the site. When we got there, it was swarming with police and paramedics, so obviously someone had already beaten me to it. So yeah, it's a beautiful forest, very calm and peaceful, serene, until you find a body. Then it's like stepping into another world.
Oh, I don't want to find a body.
That's the appropriate reaction.
Yeah.
Not filming it, posting it to YouTube and laughing.
I couldn't even imagine.
But,
I couldn't imagine.
But this store that she's talking about is the coffee shop that we heard about earlier.
Really?
Yeah, that's that place.
Okay.
So they're very
interesting.
They're very like they're used to dealing with it. Wow. I don't know if they're used to dealing with it, but you know what I mean.
I would hope they wouldn't be.
They've heard it before, I guess. I don't know how to put it. Now, in March 2017, on TripAdvisor.com, Taylor New 75 wrote, quote, went for a hike through the forest, was alone and nobody around in the wide surroundings. The snow from the night before was melting, gave it a nice extra touch. The forest is beautiful and worth exploring. The feeling you get when walking there alone, but not alone, is great.
Great. Why? No.
I mean, I can be into it. I don't think that sounds bad. Sounds kind of cool.
I don't know. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I don't know. Now, in March of 2018, on TripAdvisor.com, someone named Luna Love wrote, quote, such a beautiful place. You walk amongst the green and gorgeous paths, and suddenly you can feel sad and despondent and cold. The spirits live here. It is not a place to make fun of one
Yeah.
Yeah, she saw the video.
Yeah. Well, Luna love.
Yeah, we're with
We
you.
agree.
Yeah, we agree. And one last one that I found on Google reviews, and this was from just a few days ago from a girl in Russia.
Oh, okay.
And it says, quote, "It's very scary to realize that there are spirits of the dead here. Very atmospheric, strange. Sounds are heard."
Oh, that's ominous.
And this is the end of the story. And I have to tell you some things. These were the only reviews I could find online that were remotely paranormal.
Really? Okay. Some people just enjoy the beauty of it instead.
This is such a well-known and well-filmed location. I mean, if you go on YouTube and look this place up, everybody's been here. The big name, I'm not going to call them paranormal investigators. I'm not doing it.
Okay.
But those wannabe paranormal investigators they've all been here, and they all have, of course, extreme, encounters and stuff.
Yeah.
I thought for sure that I was going to go on and just be flooded with spooky reviews. But I'll be honest with you, there are thousands upon thousands upon thousands of reviews of this place,
Mhm.
and the majority of them say this is a beautiful place to hike, and it is so lovely.
And I am 1,000% sure that it is.
It is. I mean, I've seen pictures. There's like caves, like just in the rock formations, and
What?
there's like moss
Aw.
overgrown and trees tightly packed, and it's beautiful. It is a beautiful place. But that's the majority of people don't have. Everybody's aware of what happens here,
Mhm.
so everybody, I feel like they're on their toes for anything because you have to be because there's so many people have found bodies out there.
Right.
That's not a made up thing. That really happens all the time. But people go out there and they have these nice hikes and stuff. And that's it. That's
Hmm.
all they do.
Maybe that's just what they choose to focus on. I don't know.
I don't know, but it was really hard to find anybody saying anything spooky about this place.
Interesting.
Not even like a "I don't feel alone out here" or "I
Right.
heard something." Nothing. This was it. These 4 or 5 or however many I read, that's it. I searched so many places. I read so many reviews and I couldn't find anything.
Wow. That's really interesting.
It
Because I
is.
figured, with all the things that surround this place, with, just the bad things that happen there, that there would be more out there.
I'm gonna be honest about this too. That's about all the paranormal stuff I could find. Not even
Hmm.
just reviews, just stuff in general.
I wonder if like the government or whatever people in charge over there, when they decided to kind of stuff this down and not talk about it anymore, like, would it be possible to go on and just kind of
No.
erase
No, because
stuff?
they don't have control over what we write here in America.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So
Hmm.
I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can
It's very
find
interesting.
any like EVPs
Okay,
or
that'd be pretty cool.
anything, like anything. I just want something
Yeah.
because I expected, and I believe this was our Patreon Tina who asked for this.
Oh, okay.
And
Hi, Tina.
I'll be honest, Tina, like I really did our best to find what I could. There just wasn't a lot. I can't even find really any EVPs. I mean, there's maybe a couple or one.
Hmm.
Um,
Interesting.
it's going to be hard for us anyways. If there's an EVP out there in Japan, we're not going to know what it's saying.
Right.
So, I mean, there are accounts of people experiencing EVPs out there,
Hmm.
but just not the amount of stuff I thought there would be. I guess I'm
Wow.
taking the long way around saying that. It's just not that much.
This place is very intriguing.
It is very intriguing, and I'd like to go there. Honestly, not for the paranormal. I would just like to go there.
Yeah.
But
I'd like to go on a hike
you
in
know,
a beautiful canopied forest.
every one of these shows ends in the culmination of our opinions. So it's a good time
Okay.
to ask you,
Is it real?
what do you think about this place? Do you think it's really haunted? Like, what do you think?
Well, we say all the time about, tragic things that happen on the land, and the energy, soaks in to the land and stays behind. And I think with a lot of the deaths that happened here and the way that they happened, that absolutely 100% this place could be haunted. That
Okay.
souls stick around, they stick behind because all the things we listed before. Maybe, they have regrets or, any of those things. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I could say any more about it because I absolutely do believe that this place could be haunted. So what about you, babe?
You didn't really answer. You said you think it could be. I mean,
I said I absolutely 100% think this place could be haunted.
but do you?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Well, that's what we're here for. That's what we need to know.
Yes.
I don't think it is.
No?
I don't.
Okay.
I think that the recipe is there, but something tells me that there's nothing going on here. And it's the fact that while YouTubers have really beefed up the suspense here, there are thousands of people go there and nobody has an experience.
Okay.
I mean, and you're in a forest that absorbs the sound and has no sunlight, so of course it's going to feel creepy.
Yeah.
But for me, I just think it's a place that has come to be a destination for that kind of thing, and that's just what it is. You know, when we talk about tragic endings and stuff, right? These people had tragic lives and ended it because they couldn't take it anymore. I don't understand. I don't think somebody that's that unhappy in life would go and stay.
Okay.
I've had to I've been thinking about this, right? Because the recipe is 100% there. There's so much death, so much death. And it's a big forest, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this part is haunted and this part isn't, and this part is haunted and this part is, I mean, it's a big area, but I don't know. I just really hope that those who couldn't find peace in life were able to find it after. They clearly went through enough.
Absolutely.
So no stamp.
No
stamp.
Boo.
Stamp denied. I just can't do it without seeing something
I get it.
more concrete than a Logan Paul or a Sam and Colby video.
I get it.
So don't be scared of it, people. Don't go out there to do anything to yourself. 988 if you or someone you love needs to talk to somebody, but go out there and experience it. It's beautiful. It is lovely.
I cannot wait to see pictures.
It's super
I'm so
nice.
excited.
It is super nice. It just looks like a Disney fairy tale princess forest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's that nice.
Oh,
It's
wow.
really that cool. But I guess that is kind of it. That's where we're at this week. I'm glad to be back. I
know.
almost felt kind of weird.
Not.
We skipped 1 week, and I'm like, oh, that feels so off. I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
Oh man, can we do this still?
Let's see if you can remember this. Where can they find us?
Well, they can find us on Instagram at forthebooze_podcast and on Facebook at forthebooze.
That's right. You can find us on X at For the Booze. It feels weird now to say on YouTube at For the Booze, but here we are clearly because we're right here. Podcast of listeners. We are on YouTube. TikTok at For the Booze. I go through phases where I post a lot and then I don't post at all. And don't forget, we still want listener stories and suggestions on places. We don't just take them from our Patreons. I mean, they do come first because, they're a producer of the show. But if you have a suggestion, someplace that you'd like to hear us ramble on about, send those over to forthebooze12@gmail.com. And one thing that people don't realize is very important is, especially for you podcast listeners, is 5-star rate and review.
That's right.
We don't know why or understand how it helps, but it clearly does because we're not getting any and we are not moving up at all.
So
anywhere,
pesky algorithms,
stupid algorithms. Or if you'd like to join our Patreon,
that's right.
Patreon For the Booze, where we do an extra podcast every week called Behind the Booze, where we read and discuss and make fun of and talk like pirates sometimes.
It's a little more unedited than this podcast.
It's just more,
but it's just
less
chill hangout time,
less family friendly, where we just we read haunted stories from either around the internet, or this week we're diving into this book. I think for the first time we got a book.
I'm excited for that.
But check that out, and I think that's it. I think that's it. I think it's all.
Is that all?
Yeah. So go ahead and take us out.
Well, thank you everybody so much for listening, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye. Don't forget, text 988 if you or someone you love needs help. Well, and if you're watching this and you don't really watch a lot of paranormal stuff and you don't know, like, he's in the dark.
Yeah.
There's no light.
This is the IR.
Yeah, he's in an IR light.
Yeah.
At least I'm pretty sure that's what's happening here.
Mhm.
So it's dark.
Yeah.
I don't care how big you are. Big people have feelings too. I'm just saying. I wouldn't know because I'm very short, but
You were not that short.
I'm very short.
No.
You're in denial.
No.
Hey guys, welcome back. This is attempt number 2 for us now.
Number 2.
Yeah, we are doing this reaction video no matter what. We're doing it. So this is attempt number 2. We'll see how many more we have to do. Who knows? Maybe
hopefully we don't get halfway through like the first time.
Maybe I'll be the only one watching this. I don't know. But we are going to do something a little different today that I have not seen anybody else do a reaction of. I could be wrong. Maybe it's out there, but I haven't personally seen it.
Yeah.
The people that I follow, I haven't seen it on. But we are going to be checking out somebody called Isaac Butterfield or Isaac, however you want to say it. It's an Australian accent thing.
Meet you. Chazzy, mate. How you going, mate? Yeah, good to have you down here. Have fun with everything all right? Bit of a day for it. A couple of days.
He is a comedian. He's generally a not very liked comedian because of his political views, but we're not here for that. We're here for his ghost hunts, which are honestly they're not faked.
He does them because he is quite the skeptic and kind of makes fun of everybody doing all the crazy things, but he's like interested
he's a skeptic.
And it intrigues him. So he decided to just go do it.
So he does maybe 1 or 2 a year for the last couple of years, few years. And we've pretty much seen them all, but there is one that we haven't seen that we're about to watch. I mean, to be fair and be honest with you guys, we've seen half of it now, but we're going to watch it fresh in the brain and in the hearts. And we're going to watch it with you.
That's right.
Because we love you, especially if you join our Patreon. We really love you, but we love you nonetheless.
Anyways, so we are very excited for this investigation. This isn't the normal YouTube ghost investigation. This is very, like, he's funny. He's funny when he does it because he's a comedian and he just has a sense of humor. He has his lovely wife with him most of the time.
Very lovely wife.
And we love them both.
Well, I like his reactions to these kinds of videos when he does them too, because he's like a 6'7" ex-rugby player.
He's ginormous,
and
he's a huge man.
He definitely gets scared a lot.
Yeah.
So it's just a funny contrast because he's so big and he gets so scared. But hey, I don't blame him. I would be scared too.
Me too.
The places they go, whether you're a skeptic or not, no matter what you believe in, they're creepy. They feel creepy.
Yeah.
You know, that's generally how they usually become known as haunted places, because they're creepy.
And we get to learn about new places because they go to places in Australia.
Yeah.
So there are, a lot of places that we've never heard of and we've never really seen covered. So
well,
it's
and this
pretty
one,
cool.
I believe they said it was the Maitland jail, which I hear Maitland, I think of Florida.
Right.
So that's where they're going. I've never even heard of this place.
Me either.
But the video is called The Portal. It's investigating the portal to hell. So it's another claim, not his claim. He's just saying that's what he's going to look at is the claim. But we should enjoy this. We should definitely enjoy this. And it's going to be fun to finally watch something where we're not like, trying to like look at debunking it.
Yeah.
Because we're not really debunkers. I mean, we call it out when we see it, but this isn't going to be that kind of video because he doesn't do that. He's not there to fake stuff.
But he's honestly there just to actually see if something can be
Yes,
caught.
but there are the ghost grannies who he travels with, and
Yes.
I don't necessarily think that they fake stuff. I just think that they are kind of like,
Over embellishers.
yeah, but they remind me a lot of Exploring with Josh. He seems,
Okay.
man, I would love to hang out with him.
Yeah.
Josh, if you ever see this, I'm also from Massachusetts. Let's hang out. But he doesn't necessarily, it's not that he fakes, it's that he overreacts to everything.
This is where I believe this 100%. There's something called a and they protect the holes. They mask themselves as an orb. It was floating here. I seen it way down there, guys. Like, look, let's show the trail. I was way down there where I seen the orb. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, dude, I think that's a guy. There's another guy here. Like, the orb's out. It's a guy. I think it's a guy with like a lantern or a light. But then I noticed it wasn't a light because it wasn't shining a light bulb. And I noticed it was floating. And I thought about myself, thinking it was a flashlight or a lantern. It would have moved. This was like an orb. It was floating, just floating in this.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, because he is a super believer.
Mhm.
I'm not saying he does it insidiously or nefariously or anything, but it's because he believes so much. And I think that is also the case with these ghost grannies, is that they just believe. And one of them does claim to be a psychic. Whatever. I know I'm not getting into it today, but I just want to throw that out there so you know what you're getting into if you've never watched him before. So what do you say? Let's get into this one.
I say let's do it. I'm ready.
Right, let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are in the portal to hell and we're looking for ghouls. It's great to be back. It's been almost a year, but I tell you what, I'm not alone. I'm never alone in these events. I've got my great wife, the great Claire Butterfield, who Mr. Q. As always, we have the fantastic, the ghost grannies. And we are in one of the most haunted locations that perhaps we have ever been in. What are you laughing at? It's serious. This is a great episode. Stick around. We are back after a year because we had a baby. Well, she had a baby. Tell you what, it's fantastic to be back ghoul hunting and ghost hunting and to be back with the ghost grannies who have finally adopted the name Ghost Grannies. Congratulations, well done. We're at Maitland Jail, one of the most horrific places in Australia, one of the most haunted places in Australia. Where are we going tonight?
We are heading to our right. Each of the lieutenant governors that were here would come and live, and they had to be on site to look after the prison.
So why would it be haunted if it's just the living?
Well, you think about it. The prisoners in there.
Okay, so right off the bat, I know it's early, but I do want to point out that this is claimed by the ghost grannies that this is the most haunted place in Australia.
Yeah. We hear that a lot.
They're not throwing around the demon word or anything, but I do feel it necessary to point out that they are using the phrase that we've all heard so many times, most haunted place in,
Most
insert
haunted,
whatever place.
blah, blah, blah.
So we have seen a little bit of this. So apparently there are going to be ties to childlike ghosts. So if you're going to, if you're wondering like me the first time I watched it, why it seems a little weird, that's why. I have to point that out because now I know. But let's get back into it. But I just wanted to throw that out there for people, like, take it with a grain of salt. We hear that on everything. Yes. I mean everything.
The people that lived in these buildings, and if they had the opportunity to get out of their situation, they would have loved to get in here. We actually have a portal in here where the jail and this building connect, and it is very active. But they come in here because they wanted this privilege, they wanted the nice food, and now in death, they've all come into here.
And there are a lot of stories from real people who have been here that have had some very paranormal experiences.
Yeah. To me, this is the most haunted place in Australia.
To begin, we sat down with a volunteer who has spent a lot of time in this particular haunted place. What surprised me was some of the evidence that she had to show us. The evidence being this photo that she took with no one else in the room at all, walking in front of the stairs. And she also managed to capture what seems to be.
This is an interesting photo.
Yeah.
Because I'm used to seeing paranormal photos with like see-through ghosts or apparitions.
Right.
And this doesn't really look like that. This looks like a kid is there.
Yeah. Like some shorter person just walking across.
Is that the PC way of saying a child?
looking towards
It's a
like
little
the stairs.
It's a shorter person.
Well, I mean, maybe it's just a short adult. I'm
I don't
very
know.
short.
It looks you're not that short. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Period clothing. Clothing that would only be worn by someone who walked this earth a couple of 100 years ago.
It's amazing, isn't it? I couldn't believe it. Everyone's saying to me, there's boots. You've got a boots in and everything.
That really is boots.
It is. And she's got like one of those aprons on that they used to wear to protect their clothes back in the day.
It almost looks like around the top she has that white sort of maid's almost outfit sort of thing. And it actually looks like
It looks like she's got trying to go up
the second
the
step,
stairs.
she's almost turning toward. That's incredible.
I caught her mid-walk trying to look downstairs.
So tell me what was going on when you took this photo?
It was the first night that we'd ever investigated here, and I was just cleaning up at the end, taking random pictures, and I was upstairs, and there were some people in the room upstairs, and I was just standing there randomly taking pictures, and we got called down here to the meeting room, and I couldn't believe I was looking at photos.
Incredible.
Okay. Really creeps me out is on this mirror. I don't know if you can see that. It says die, but it actually says diet. And then help me. That means.
Help me diet.
We are down here now. Is there anyone here? Okay. I thought that was some sort of like object that you see in like
it's an object.
The vids or something. God, this is horrifying. Hello.
Hello.
G'day, mate.
G'day. I'm Isaac, comedian. I'm on tour right now. Come and see me live throughout Australia, America, and the UK.
America.
It's always time for a plug. Oh, God. Why do I think this is a good idea? I don't know if anyone's...
See what I mean? Like the contrast here. He barely fits through these doorways.
I know.
And he's like, oh, I'm so scared.
Yeah, but like anybody, believer or not, you go into somewhere super dark, super, you've got that ominous feeling. You're by yourself. Like you're going to be creeped out. You're a human.
Yeah.
Well,
and if you're watching this and you don't really watch a lot of paranormal stuff and you don't know, like he's in the dark.
Yeah.
There's no light.
This is the IR.
Yeah, he's in an IR light.
Yeah.
At least I'm pretty sure that's what's happening here.
Mhm.
So it's dark.
Yeah.
I don't care how big you are. Big people have feelings too. I'm just saying. I wouldn't know because I'm very short, but
You were not that short.
I'm very short.
No.
You're in denial.
No.
Showing you this. But that's not good at all. Someone's at a big night. What is going on in here? Oh.
Or Baumeister.
Yeah. Go back and listen to our Fox Hollow
This is
Farm
like some
episode if you want to hear about
horrific
mannequins.
podcast. Yeah. You. I'm just gonna sit here. Hello.
Hello.
A majestic beard.
Can you make a
envy.
tapping noise? Like that? Just to... Can I hear footsteps?
Yeah, I hear him.
I think I can hear footsteps.
For sure.
Maybe it's just my mind. These mannequins aren't helping. They're all around the room. Look at this one. Where is it? Look at that.
Sexy.
What a fucking creature. Imagine if that moved. I'm Isaac. I come with absolute respect. I just want to say g'day. Say hello.
Good on you, mate.
I want to know if you're a part of the jail or you
A new brain.
worked here or maybe you're just passing through.
We can do a
Something
Dolby
about
surgery
this
in the
place.
future.
And the reason they call it
Study
the
it.
portal to hell is literally prison guards and people who are entering the prison would go through that steel door upstairs and they were in hell. For over 100 years, this place was a horrific place. Murder and torture and someone's just done a big above me. That's nice. I can see the pipes.
I want to point out that if somebody's using the bathroom and he hears footsteps, and I mean, I said this the last time we recorded, but I hear voices or what it sounds like voices or
Like
humming,
like
something. I hear
yeah.
something human,
Hold on.
vocalization going
Trevor,
on.
could
But if
could
the
you
toilet,
pause this because I have a story. You know the story. Shake your head. You remember the story. Remember I tell you I was taking a shower, and some reason there's a true story. There's a true absolute story. You can roast me in a comment. Say, dude, you don't believe. So I take a shower, minding my own business. Your mind go like just went blank. For me, it went completely blank. Just think of what to do that I get out of the shower. So I take a shower. I heard footsteps, like bare feet, like walking, like almost like a child. I don't know like what the size, but I heard a footstep, bare feet footsteps, and I heard a giggle and someone pull up a my curtain away and try to like almost like peeking in the shower. Now even I heard it like giggle again, run back towards the door, and nothing happened. So I'm thinking like excuse like I would gently put my head out like excuse me like that's inappropriate like you little brat and nothing happened. Nothing happened. It never happened because I put my head out. So the thing is that yes, but a lot of people maybe get scared. But for me, because I watch a lot of creepy stuff, like horror movie, play horror games, all that stuff, I kind of got diluted a bit of my whole lifetime during childhood. Well, I used to be scared, but now I'm an adult teenager with brain cells are more better. But in all terms, calm and act how you always do. Like, who knows? You probably scale it, like, it much better than you. You probably like, your head out like, what do you want? Like, you probably scare the living the crap out of it. Like, oh, like I did not know you stick your head out that way. Wallet. But I have two minutes stories. Like one, like so, but at bedtime they cuddle me, right? So I kiss on the top of the head, and I heard one of them squeak. Shiver. Do you need a reboot? A smile slowly creeping in. Hey, you did what? What do you heard again? Like what? Hold on. She's tapping me up. What the hell did you just say? I need clarification. But there's a double you do it. I can hear you. Just sentence. Oh, we have a commentary. Wait. So, and I heard a word, boo, but it did not scare me. Exactly my point. Exactly my point. Because if you're so deluded of being scared, as kind of telling you, like, oh, let's say you're like us, who you watch horror movie, even you love movies so much, like you now even watch this kind of videos, saying like you are a dumbass. Like, or if you liked horror movies and biggest fan of Supernatural, that all spooky things run at night and day and night, but you always go reach those of, oh, what is this that? But for me, I always have imagination of, yeah, but like what Silver said right here, of course you can read the comments. Oh, sweet cheeks. Oh, god damn it. Yes. What the what is that? An owl? Why you have an owl bird brain? Now I can call you bird brain. Oh, good God, that's you. Anyway, I'm annoying you. I'm annoying you, you bird brain. Anyway, like what Silva says, you can read like her chat. That's my point. They're not used to of you not being scared. So they're always expecting you to be scared and kind of be worried. But if you're like us, like me and Silver, who do all your free time learning about stuff in the world, well, for her, she's not a believer, but she always loved to watch horror movies and watch scary videos. And we commentate them, like this video right in front of them, to make fun of, to make fun of and call them morons or stupidness right here. Even even when point out like there's had to be a goddamn Photoshop picture of a damn spooky spirit to stick the tongue out. So we don't know. No shit, you old owl. Be gone, you old bird brain. You're not my type for my
Flushes,
age.
there's
I'm
people in the
24
building.
years old.
Yeah, and that it's so you always question it, but I mean, you definitely hear it. So
And I have to correct myself. I thought when they labeled this the portal to hell, I thought they meant in a paranormal way, but it's not. This was what they called the jail.
portal to the prison.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
which is hell.
I don't doubt that an Australian jail would be hell,
Ugh.
especially from like back in the day.
Mm.
Now maybe this isn't the same as when we were in Maitland Jail the first time we were in Satan's cell. This is a literal portal to hell, where you walk in and you are a part of the vicious cycle that is prison life. And we must remember this is when people are getting hung, stabbed, and all that.
So what we have is we have the tripwire on the.
What is that thing?
That's called a dead bell.
Oh, what do you mean a dead? How can anything called a dead bell be anything good?
It's another trigger object that spirit can use and make it ding ding.
So is it on timer?
No.
Well, what's making it ding?
Isn't the dead bell also the name that they used when they would bury people back in the
Yes,
day?
I was
So
gonna
that
say
way,
that.
if they
Yes,
weren't actually
indeed.
dead, they could ring the bell from inside the coffin.
I think so.
I have to look this up now
I think so.
because
Okay, our
I
brain. How
think
old are you?
that's what they called that.
Mm,
Well, and they referred to it as, a trigger object, which would be, something along the lines of maybe a music box or something like that. But I don't know.
A dead bell, also a death mort lich passing bell or skelet bell, was a form
I
of
completely
handbell
agree. He's not a
used in
ghost
Scotland and northern England in conjunction in deaths and funerals until the 19th century. So This was, I guess, a bell that maybe they rung as somebody was passing away, or after they passed away, like on
For
their
like a funeral or
Yeah,
something. Yeah. Interesting.
I just wanted to look it up because I know I've heard that word, that term for an
Dead bell
object
before. Yeah.
And, okay, yeah, I just wanted to point that out.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Hello, thank you. Now, if you touch anything around here, it'll set off all of these little lights, these pretty little lights. But you're welcome to come into the circle and play with any of the toys. We've got some spinning tops. Look at that. Wow. That looks fun. What else? We've got some fire trucks. Very nice. There's a skeleton of a dog over here. That's always nice. Lots of toys over there.
Did this fool just say a skeleton of a
I haven't
dog?
rung that bell in a while. Makes a fun noise. Okay, so it's just me down here.
Nope. Nope.
Now.
I'm gonna call Child
Please
Protective
report
Service
to
on
Mr.
you.
Warrior Old Red before using implements.
Nope.
Interesting. This actually used to be a gym. There's a mirror. Thank you for pressing the little ball. Thank you. There's a mirror in front of me. Thank you for pressing the bell. How about this? How about you press the bell if you're a boy? What about a man? That's still going off.
Another item that I feel like has been debunked a lot are the cat balls.
Yeah.
That they go off super easy, sometimes on their own.
And there could be a slight breeze, like a little, and they go off.
Yeah, I mean they've been, but I mean I guess if you're not a full-time paranormal person, like you're just doing the thing.
Right.
It's not him.
Right.
I just want to point out that this is just one of the instances of things that I don't personally put a lot of faith into.
Agreed.
Well, how about?
Pause.
Okay, thank you very
Pause,
much.
Trevor. I'm curious. What happened with send them the video of Sam and Kobe video? I'm curious. I'm really curious of what they're gonna think about their videos. Now you can. Now you can play. Yeah. Yeah, our brain, why you never come to the stream no more? Fuck. He only come in here because of me. Wait a minute. No. You did not come here in a long time. You cannot have this. No. Hold on. Our brain, you did not show up about a whole month, a half of a month, or a week, or 5 or 10 weeks or so. So, you were busy, or you never paid attention. So, what do you say to that?
It's a lot of, and that again, that's creeping me out a little bit. Okay, let's try and use that bell. Can you press it twice if you were a part of the prison population here? Were you locked up here? Press it twice. What about press it twice?
No. I was on here with
Twice.
multiple times.
If you are a young person,
You were
who'd
not
like to
paying
play here.
attention to the notification.
Can they be real quick ones, like boom, boom, ding, ding? Nice and quick. That's quick. Okay. What was your favourite toy to play with in here? Are any of these ones? Look, we got some dolls.
Hi, I'm.
Oh, Jesus Lord.
And I'm your friend to the end. Heidi ho.
Nope.
A bear.
I hate the bell. I don't
Lots
like
of
it.
different things. lots of things to play with.
I just don't like the noise of it. I think it would freak me out in
Skeleton
the
dog
dark.
in the fireplace, that's different. So I'm going to
Skeleton
turn
dog.
this around.
I swear,
This
if that
is a
damn bone skeleton
We have a
dog
skeleton
comes
dog right back
alive,
here.
I swear.
if something touches that happens.
Ugh.
Oh, that bell is
This is gonna be a shot of shit.
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying. It's got to be unnerving.
I will never see the shadow.
Come on, keeps going off. Why don't you touch this doll like this? Make some nice bright lights. Let's see that, hey? See that doll right there?
Creepy
Thanks
doll.
to the bell. Can you make that doll light up?
I feel like every time they do these dolls, they make them look as horrific as possible.
Oh, of course
They make them
do.
look like something from like Puppet Master or something. Like these dolls.
They're
Like,
so bad.
why? This is what I don't understand. Why do they need to be so creepy, right? If it's a trigger object for somebody from long ago to touch and use, their dolls didn't look like that. They weren't
so true.
spooky versions of their regular dolls.
So true.
Hold on.
So like this
Nerd
thing's
out
got like
here.
I don't
Trevor,
know if it's supposed to
pause.
be blood or
Pause on that doll. Pause. So I will give you a history lesson. You can go Google it. You don't believe me, shit. Or you can skip it and just go to the main thing. We made dolls to match the image of the doll owner. In Japan, they made it in the perfect image of the owner. The hair, the clothing, and everything else what they have. And same thing here. From I don't know what year, they had started doing a tradition of little girls, children's, who have the dolls. They would take the child doll, remove all the doll features, and put that doll, the child features on her. The hair, the clothing, and everything else. But they always cut the hair to put on the doll. So they made the doll rig into the girl hair. So it was old practice, but people still use it today. But over time, they would become trigger object to bound their soul to that doll. If you remember Supernatural, one episode of Sam and Dean had to deal with a painting with two different spirits. One is from the father, another one is from the child. But the two brothers always did not know it was the little girl who killing all those people. And be honest, it was kind of was there the whole time. If you watch the second time, and kind of want to, but the people well, they were kind of sitting down, have their throat slit, kind of, and I noticed. But be honest, it's kind of into so, but kind of do the same build up. Wallet. Look at that. Are you
basket or something like running down her face.
goddamn
That would have
trough.
never been back then. So I
No.
don't understand why they do that.
I have no idea.
Stop doing that. It bothers me.
Stop.
If that doll blinked.
Thank you. Wow. Well done. Great work. What about the ball next to it?
Can you touch the balls?
Thank you.
Just touch the balls.
You like the doll? It's pretty fun. Look, I can touch it too. Woohoo!
You learn, you can
I
stay.
like
Can you do
that.
that one? Make it go up
It's
like
got to
that?
be as creepy as possible. That's what I'm saying.
You got to really grab it. You can do it.
God, I don't like dolls, man.
Nah, I'm kidding. That was me touching it.
Oh, jerk.
I'll be honest. If I'm
Oh, hell no.
investigating a prison,
Oh, hell
the
no.
last thing you will
Oh,
hear me
hell no.
say is,
Mannequins,
"Can you
nuh-uh.
touch the balls?"
Brother, what's that?
I just want to throw that out there.
Okay.
Not something I would say in a prison.
If that mannequin
Right, so
body,
this
oh,
is a
hold on,
sensory
pause
deprivation
that,
exercise.
pause
So these
that.
very
Do you see 3 mannequins, right? And why the hell I see a bottom of a torso of a mannequin sitting down on the toilet and taking number 2 or number 1? I don't know. But if that damn mannequin torso ever stand up, walk towards me, and keep following me around, I will nope the hell out of the building. I will burn down the whole building. I will take all the damn mannequin and burn them. I don't care. I don't care that people say, like, but you're gonna get cursed. Like, fuck that. I don't care. But that if those men can ever move and walk around or have their head turned, I will nope the hell out. Even come to you. I'm like, nope, nope. I don't care. I get cursed. Nope. I'm not gonna deal with mannequin. Like, no, thank you. I don't care any spirit, soul, demon, jinn, or anything else. But mannequin, you can go fuck right off. I don't like mannequins. I don't like dolls. I ever see a damn doll walking towards me like Chucky, I will burn that doll with holy fire. He looked like, motherfucker, are you done? Like, could we please get on the show? Yes, I'm done. Play it.
What we're going to be doing is we're putting you into a sensory deprivation state. We are removing your sight by putting blindfolds on you. We are putting headphones on you, and you're going to be listening to white noise. Over here we have some cameras that are going to be monitoring what you're doing. Now your job is to let us know if anything is interacting with you in here. If you feel like you are being touched, please point to where you are feeling you've been touched. So you might feel something gently on your shoulder. Just do this. Because we have no sound on the cameras, we won't hold this video. We're going to be watching you across in the other room and asking the spirits to do things to you. So we might ask them to stroke your hair. We might ask them to come and sit on your lap or find something interesting that they want to point out.
Again, if I'm investigating a prison and I feel something tap me on the shoulder, stroke my hair, and sit in my lap, I feel like I'm in for a very different experience.
Yeah.
Most places you would go to, a lot of people believe like you don't ask to be touched because it can create an attachment of some kind.
Bring
So
something home with you. Yeah.
this is very risky in my opinion, because whether you're a believer or not, nobody really knows
Right.
how any of this works. And I think the last thing you'd want to do is bring something home with you,
No thanks.
especially from the prison. Just saying, I'm not trying to go there and
I don't want to
have anybody sit in my lap. It seems weird.
I'm not going to give you too many things because I don't want to front load
If
you
that
with
towards
what
your
you might be
girlfriend
asking. But
tried
the
to
most
point
important
out,
thing is that
please sit
you
on my lap,
guys
love.
react to
If you
anything that
become
is
a spirit.
happening. If
He
you
said
feel
that.
that there's
He said
vibration
that.
in the room, if you
He
feel that
don't want to
someone's
have
walking
anyone
around
sit
the
on his
room,
lap,
do this.
but that's towards her
If you hear
his girlfriend.
footsteps or you feel there's
His
someone
wife.
walking,
God damn it.
do that. If you
I
think you're
swear.
hearing someone talking, do this one. If you feel that somebody
chicken
walked
dance.
up behind you, just point behind you to let us know that you can feel the presence.
Okay.
Or if you feel there's someone that's walked up in your
Where
face,
he live?
so let us know
I'm gonna teach him how
in
to edit
some way
shit
or
better.
other what is happening to you. One important. If you freak out and you can't stand this anymore, you need us to come and get you. This is your safety zone. Do that. We're just across in the other room. We'll come and get you. So now we're going to see if we can get some.
Who do you think's going to be having an experience first?
I'm gonna guess the soccer mom lady on the far right.
Okay.
How you know?
I'm going to go second
How
one
you
in
know?
from the left.
Okay. What are we betting on though? You know what? I'll pick my prize later.
I don't know, but I do want to say before we start this
Mhm.
again that the like sensory deprivation or, Estes type sessions, I feel are a lot better evidence.
I do, but I think it really depends on the method in which they're doing it, because a lot of people will use like an SB7 spirit box and they will
Right.
sweep the channels slowly.
Right.
And you can't do that because you pick up a lot of you're picking up radio stations. So
Right. So the faster you go, the more, radio waves go faster, and
Well,
it's harder to hear anything in between.
it's less that you're picking up radio stations, and then at that point you're just picking up white noise
You
that's
can
cycling
turn off
really quickly.
Right.
signal.
So if you were to hear a coherent word or phrase, it's over the span of many stations.
Mhm.
Or white noise. White noise is the best possible scenario. You're getting rid of radio stations altogether.
Right. I think that's what she said they're using.
Yeah.
So
So
I
this
am
is
in.
I am very like on the fence when it comes to Estes methods, only because it depends on how the person doing the experiment is running with the spirit
Equipment
box.
or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I think it matters big time.
But I also think that the sensory deprivation part of it opens
It makes you
up.
way more sensitive to everything
Right.
else.
It opens you up to be able to be very conscious of what is happening
Well,
and what you're feeling.
It's scientifically proven when you cut off your senses, your other senses become heightened. So
Yeah,
a small
absolutely.
breeze rolling through the wind or the room will all of a sudden feel much more predominant than it normally would.
Yeah,
Like you wouldn't even
absolutely.
probably notice it before, but now you're going to because you can't see or hear.
Right.
It's how people who are born or end up with being blind and deaf and stuff, they can
Mhm.
sense other things way better
Yeah.
than the average person. But since we have a bet now, I know what I'm betting on.
Oh, behave. Yeah.
We're gonna go full screen. We're gonna see who wins this one.
Okay.
Specific to happen to them. So we've got Mike sitting there on his own. I'm going to ask the spirits to come up. Please walk in as well. Yeah, someone's there.
Is there someone next to Claire there? Next to the girl in the silver top? Can you touch Claire on her left shoulder?
Look up behind her.
I just noticed a baby.
On her shoulder.
A child.
And just give it a bit of a squeeze. And we'll know, she'll point to it and we'll know that there's someone there. That's Catherine. We've also got lights behind her as well. You can change some of the lights there if you want to.
Put it on top of her head. Just pat her on the head. But what about the big man in the middle? Can you pat him on the head?
She's got footsteps here. Feeling like this body.
Walking in front.
In front.
She can hear you, she can feel you walking around.
Someone touching my shoulder.
Pull back on the chair.
I'll be honest, I like this more than I thought I was going to. And
I
by the
do
way,
too.
I saw your lady's hand go up first. Okay.
I win. Yeah, but we were almost at the exact same time, which is really weird. I don't know
I'm getting my
how we
prize.
picked that.
I'm getting my prize later, no matter what.
Okay.
But I really like what they're doing here. This is like a variation that I've never seen anybody use the Estes
Agreed.
method before, where it's not so much that they're focusing on white noise and what's being said. It's more of the feeling around you,
Mhm.
and people are having feelings. I really like this.
I do too.
I've never seen anybody do this before.
I haven't either, and this is very along with the sensory deprivation, you can feel things more. You can, feel somebody standing behind you because
Yeah.
you can't see, you can't hear, and
And I
it's
think
very interesting.
another big take from this, though, is that they're saying, go here, touch this person. And it may not be the exact person, but it's the person next to them. Sometimes it is the person.
Right.
It's not like they're like, go over to the right, and then they end up on the person on the far left.
Right.
I think this is interesting. I really like this. I wish more people would do stuff like this.
I do too.
This is more telling.
She's not allowed to sit like that. Don't let her sit like that.
Get her to sit up straight.
Oh, silver, let's go.
Yeah. So what's setting off those lights?
Each little one of those lights is an EMF detector. So they respond to an energy near the little node. And they can respond individually. So for that whole string to go off at one time, that means there's been some sort of energy burst through that whole room. Else, feeling upset. Feels like crying.
So you tell me someone fought in that room.
If the kitty's in here, you need to go and give her a hug. Don't make her feel sad. Go climb up into her lap and give her a hug.
In my ear, next to me. Oh.
Interesting. Can you talk into Claire's ear?
So if you think the longer people are in there, the more susceptible
You
they
should
become
put
to what's happening
numbers
around them,
on
or
the
the more
people.
They become more settled.
Like, hey, could you put talk to the number 1, like girl next to the man of number 2?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, some of these guys have done this before, but Claire hasn't. So I'm just interested in watching her body language as she shuts herself down. And she texture make herself smaller and smaller.
Can you touch Claire on the shoulder? On the left shoulder.
He said touch her on the left shoulder and her left arm went up. She touched her head, but she still raised her left arm.
This is very interesting. I really, really like this.
I know we've never watched this video.
No,
This is one of the better recent paranormal videos I've seen.
absolutely.
And
This is very cool.
Another thing that I'm really appreciating is that they said that all the rest of the people that are sitting there have done this before.
Yep.
But they're not focusing on them. They're asking the spirits to do everything to Claire. They're kind of like the control and she's the experiment.
Yeah.
And it seems to be working. And I tend to believe this from Isaac only because if you've watched his other ghost hunting videos, I mean, he's got like 1.5 hour long videos where nothing happens except for them cracking jokes.
Right.
So I tend to believe him until I'm proven otherwise. This is really good. I like this.
This is so great.
I'm
so
like,
great.
I'm into it. I have to keep reminding myself that we are filming a video.
We
and
have to
I
keep
can't
saying things.
Well, I can't just keep letting it play because this is his video, and I don't want to take away from that and like try to replay his video. But
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying this.
Me too. I am thoroughly enjoying this session.
Let's get let's watch it.
Thank you.
Good work.
On the head. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Put both hands on her shoulders. She doesn't mind.
Now, Mel's doing something with the chest. And you can see there's nothing in there.
No.
But they're hearing talking, they're hearing walking. If our friend is here that comes and talks to us quite often that used to work here at the jail, could you give us your sign to show us that you're here? If you touch one on the body, that is our sign. We would really appreciate it. There's 2 places. Did she just touch? Did she just? And the lights went.
What, is there a groper in town?
No, did you see the arm touching nose?
No, I didn't. The nose toucher.
Yeah. No, there is a hand. Let's ask her when she comes. Yeah, yeah.
What happened?
I didn't do that. What happened? Bloody husband did it.
A heart condition,
What a perfect way to end that, right? Like that
you
session.
would totally do something like
we
that.
definitely do that. I would try to freak you out for sure. That is possibly one of my favorite things I've ever seen investigators do.
Agreed.
And I think if you're an investigator and you're watching this, I think you should try to implement this experiment into your investigation because
This was amazing.
this was really cool.
And the lady on the far end, not
Yeah.
Claire, but on the other side, when she kind of pointed behind her, did you see the lights go
I
off
did.
immediately?
I
As
did.
soon as she pointed, the 2 lights behind her went off.
Those are I believe they're like EMF lights.
Yeah.
They're very cool. I actually haven't seen too many people have a lot of success with them. So it's kind of interesting to see somebody have success with them. So
They remind me a lot of the laser grids that
when
people
the
use.
girl points.
Yeah.
And where, it's very sectionalized when something happens.
Boy, that not what I thought was coming out of your mouth.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Let's there's not a whole lot more to this video, so let's check it out. I like that they have their baby with them too.
I know.
which is weird because I'm sure a lot of people would be like, you don't bring a baby to a paranormal investigation. But you know what? They're
What
not
the
really
girl's gonna
believers.
do?
So.
Well, and
Scare the
you
baby?
can't always get a babysitter.
How
So
you know the
I
prisoner's
know.
probably gonna
Well,
look
let's see what they have to say.
Why there's a child in here?
Oh, and if you can't hear it on the TV or phone you're listening to, the audio does keep changing.
What did you feel in that other than me grabbing you on the chinny chin chin?
The rustling of divorce papers.
You suckers got served.
What? What?
Love ya.
You touched your head at one point.
I did. I felt something very, very light here.
Because I said touch
I
her on
think
the shoulder,
someone's
and you
kneeling
went
over
like
her.
that on your head.
That's why she
almost
touched your head.
at the exact same
or head.
time.
Cool.
Because
But the
if
thing
someone's
that I
sitting
reckon
like
was
that,
definite
you will
was,
touch the person's
like,
chest.
That
it
room
was
looks a
insane.
lot different
I
with the
kept
lights on.
hearing and sort of feeling footsteps
No
around
doubt.
here and behind.
wow.
That's why I'm
He's
thinking.
doing it himself. Okay.
See, that's what I mean. He'll put his money where his mouth is. He's
Mhm.
doing it alone.
Claire's revenge.
She's gonna get
No
him.
talk, no nothing. You cannot talk.
Big bearded fella there. He reckons he's really tough. He likes to pick on people. I think it's time for you to pick on him. And look at the shorts he's wearing. I'm sure you can see right up to what he was having for breakfast.
Yeah, it's getting close.
Get in there and have a dig around and see what you can find, boys.
Ooh.
This gentleman can't hear you and he can't see you, so you have to interact in a different way. Walk up nice and close behind him. Walk around him. Just give him permission. It's not for you to reach out and touch him. So feel free to do so. You get nice and close, one of those lights will go off, alright? But he's a big, he's a big scary man. I know that there is someone in here who is bigger and scarier.
I was
So
him.
you're there.
You should try no talking.
Show him who's top.
Zero quiet. Let them do it around you. And talk like,
Oh.
like almost you almost have
Yeah,
a
that was the
conversation
sign
with
for
yourself.
like breath or something in your face.
And it's standing over there. I bet the next light is gonna go off 1, 2, and 3.
I didn't hear anything. I heard, I felt something blow air on me. That's what I felt.
Okay.
But that's it. Anything interesting?
So something blew in your face.
Something blew in my face, and it's very unprofessional. But no, I didn't really feel too much. It was a bit creepy. That was about it.
You weren't in there for very long, so.
You weren't in there for long.
I cannot do with being.
Everybody else was in there for way longer.
So much longer.
You know what? I think he got scared.
Aw.
He felt that like blowing in his face. The lights went off behind him. He doesn't know
Yep.
that yet. At the same time.
That's so crazy.
Very interesting. I really like this. Man.
Blindfold.
Going down and close your eyes then.
No, I don't like closing my eyes.
Big baby.
I want to see what's going on.
We have a princess crown, something.
Your girlfriend was in there. Your partner was in there for longer than you.
And look how that turned out. She was screaming.
Can you tell us your name? Or you can use the box that Renata's holding.
This is the perfect example of what I was talking about earlier.
Yep.
You hear how slow that's going?
Yeah.
I wouldn't count anything of that because of how slow it's going.
The sweeping needs to be so much faster.
It needs to be way faster.
Yeah.
So you're definitely going to hear stuff come through on that.
Mm-hmm.
Come and go.
Come and go. Did you just pass through here? Maybe you don't reside here. Birth.
This is
The come and go is like a gas station. And Bert might have been a name of somebody on the station.
The lights just went off downstairs. Oh, yeah. That was me.
Did you turn the lights off downstairs? Slut?
What's your favourite word for me, Nico? We have the Christmas here right now.
Who turned the lights off?
It's so powerful. Oh, you reckon it's fun?
You think you're powerful? Well, turn the lights back on.
Oh, turn the lights back on.
Turn them on.
The lady that was here on the stairs. Let me know if you want me to move from your space.
That's a nice shot.
That concludes the investigation here. It's a very creepy place.
I don't doubt it.
Anne was just telling me about apparitions that you've seen here and have several people had seen. And Claire was downstairs for a lot of tonight with Addie. Addie was asleep. Our ghost hunting has changed since the little man was born, obviously. But you weren't.
We've got to keep him safe from the ghouls.
You gotta
but I
keep him
still
safe.
want to be involved.
You said you felt or you saw something downstairs.
I didn't feel a thing. I honest to God. So I was half asleep, I will say, and Addie and I were sort of like this, and I could hear you guys doing whatever you were doing. It sounded like a lot of fun.
Hooting and hollering.
Yes.
Hooting
And
and hollering.
then the light switch went off, which I thought was odd, but I thought, oh yeah, old building, or maybe I don't
Timer
know.
or something?
I thought maybe someone
Wait.
turned it off. Anyway, let my head back and was having a nice snuggle with Addie, and I still don't believe no one was down there, because if it wasn't,
I asked them,
that's
apparently there was-
beyond. I saw
Wait,
the
wait.
quickest
I just think of something.
shadow I've ever seen go into the
I
room.
just realized something. She said the light was on, right? Hold on, she's reading. Oh my goodness. The light was on, but the baby and her was getting ready to fall asleep. And someone turned off the light switch for them. I done.
where all our bags were. So the door was open like ajar, like that much, and I saw a shadow, like black, literally like it looked as if a real skin, like a little person, literally flew across the room.
Wow.
And I thought
She's so calm talking
so
about
I thought
this.
maybe it was one of the volunteers or something, or someone going in to get a snack or something. And I sort of went, but I kept thinking about it, and no one came back out. So I was wide awake looking, and I kept looking there, and then a little white mouse, or it could have been a like a beetle or something, but it looked like a mouse, scooted out of the room really quick. And I went, that's a bit weird. Not so much the mouse, but I kept thinking about the shadow, because it wasn't as if a person walked, like you'd see a shadow and it sort of just goes slow. It went zoom, like that, and it was real thin and dark. So were you guys setting me up with someone in there?
No.
because we were upstairs and we were doing the spirit box session.
She's
and
so
we saw
chill
the
about
lights
it.
go off, and I just went, the lights have gone
I
off.
think I
and
feel like
there's
I'd be
anyone
telling that
down
story
there.
way different.
Yeah.
So normally someone has to switch those lights off.
Yeah.
It's not on a timer.
Oh, yuck.
So someone would have to switch those lights off.
No.
No, I love
No.
it. No, I know,
But it didn't have
No,
that
it's
part.
old school building. You
But
don't
I
have
don't
a
understand that
timer
because
on
I
the
was
building.
literally just sitting there and honest, like it was like that time you had that whisper. I was so not even, I was tired, I was enjoying myself, but I wasn't even in the zone of ghost hunting down there. I was just sitting back, relaxing. And then I looked after the light went off and I went, oh, that's weird. Just relaxed, didn't have my phone or anything. So sort of, I guess, just in the moment, just relaxing. And the shadow, honest to God, it was as if a little thing just flew past.
I tell you what, it's been a pleasure. It always is with the Ghost Grannies. They always go beyond belief.
amazing.
They're fantastic at what they do. You've got to come to one of these tours. They run them
Yes.
all the time here at Maitland Jail. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. And hey, if you see a little shadow go past you tonight, it might be me
Oh,
going to
that's
find.
yuck that happened.
Hang on.
Sorry. Can't get over it now.
Let the man do his outro.
Let me do the outro. Lady.
Well, I think I've seen an actual ghost.
Just
and
ha-
we're just blind.
Just breathe, sister. I was just going to say something about sniffing your undies. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Bye.
That's some good stuff.
That was really
I
good.
enjoyed that. Again,
That was so good.
again, like I keep forgetting, like I'm filming a video
I
about
know.
this, and I just can't stop watching it because it's so good. So, regardless of how you feel about him personally and his regular content, if you don't like it, that's fine. Go check out his ghost hunting content
Yeah.
though, because it's really good.
It's all really, really
And
good.
if they don't always catch anything,
Yeah.
but it's always funny.
Which I assume is how almost all ghost hunts would be until you get like the random one where you do catch stuff, but it's
Yeah.
not going to be a lot because ghosts aren't actors and they
Well,
don't
you
go
know,
on command.
I want to clarify what you just said, right? Because I'm guilty of saying the same thing, where we say you won't catch a lot, and I think because we have seen the standard become these twin paranormal and overnight and all these guys who tend to embellish or straight up fake stuff,
Yeah.
that you're going to have this wild and crazy night and you don't. But maybe we're thinking about this wrong. The fact that she saw something that is wild and crazy, because you
Absolutely.
hardly ever see anything.
I know.
So that is an active night, and they were touched and they communicate, there was communication. So to me, that is a very active night because they're not faking it.
No, I agree.
But it's
I
something
do.
we're all guilty of because it's just the easy thing that, you're not going to have a wild, an overactive night because
I
we're
meant
so
more
used.
like the
No, I know.
over the top
I'm just
stuff,
clarifying. I'm just clarifying, dear.
Okay, dear.
Just clarifying. Marriage. But this was fun. I'm glad we did this one. I'm glad we got to watch it for the first time with you guys.
Absolutely.
Again, check him out. If you're going to watch this, at least go leave a like on his video, and check out the other ones. They're
And
good.
leave a like and
And
all
a comment
all the stuff on ours too.
on this one. Share
Yeah.
it and tell your friend. Tell your mama. What's up, mama?
Yeah, and then tell your mom to tell her friends too.
I like mom's friends too. But yeah, this is where we're gonna take off from here. I suppose I've got a lot of editing ahead of me.
Well, thanks for joining us, everybody.
I guess we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Deuces.
Sever, you have any tapping comments before we end this good night stream? Well, I cannot hear you on the phone. Oh, that's right. You missed. So, I believe a prisoner of that place, a spirit of a prisoner or the warden, turn off the light for the mother and the child so they can take a nap. Or she was in the hallway, but I don't know. I believe she saw something. But I do know. This be it. Thanks for watching, folks. We see you next time. Until Silver put her phone down. Goodbye, everyone. Good night. Stay in tune. Hold on. Look, she's serious. She's typed something. Her lip is so puckered like a damn fish. She's a puffer fish. Where is she gonna type the live stream chat or the private chat or the private chat to tell me shut your goddamn mouth, dragon, or she gonna there we go. No, I'm checking on my phone. D&D. You have Dungeon Dragon. Oh my god! Match with my grandmother. DNA of my mother. So, do you know you are a crazy little person? I totally. Oh. Yeah. Her DNA, who knows? Her DNA is part monkey or part wolf. Oh, she's just part small people. She's so small. Definitely. Stupid dragon. I'm not that small. Look, she's so small. She's actually with a tiny finger. Type, tiny person. Type. Type. That there. Ugh.